Your Grace. Another day, another fucking recording. Not sure I see the purpose anymore. Other than exercising my voice. Women who are deeply unhappy with how their life turned out usually display these 8 behaviors without remorse, regret, let's see, grace, without realizing it. Never mind. Good morning, Tina Fey, or almost good afternoon. Again. Got a robin watching me, Grace. The bird. Not a person named Robin. Oh, bad joke, Grace. Alright, let's see how many of these behaviors you display, Grace. And then we'll figure out if you're unhappy or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, deeply unhappy. Alright. Do you overcompensate for others, Grace? If you do, it means you're deeply unhappy. Overcompensating for others. It's often said that our actions speak louder than our words, and this can be more true in the realm of emotional health. Seeking validation externally. As a relationship expert, I often observe that another common behavior among women who are unhappy with their life is their constant need for external validation. Is this you, Grace? Displaying codependent behaviors. Another telltale sign of deep-seated unhappiness is the presence of codependent behaviors in relationships. Excessive positive outlook. Ugh, that sounds horrible, Grace. This might seem counterintuitive, but women who are deeply unhappy with their life often display an overly positive outlook. I think it's called fooling yourself, but whatever. Avoiding personal growth. An unexpected behavior I've noticed in women who are deeply unhappy with their life is their tendency to avoid personal growth. These women often find comfort in familiarity, even if it's not fulfilling. They shy away from opportunities that could lead to personal development or self-improvement. They might avoid taking up a new hobby, learning a new skill, or stepping out of their comfort zones. I'm sure that goes for everyone. Neglecting self-care. That thing's on every fucking list. Constant comparison. Another behavior that I've personally noticed in women who are deeply unhappy with their life is constant comparison. These women often measure their own worth or success against others. They might compare their jobs, their relationships, or even their looks to those of others. This constant yardstick comparison only amplifies their dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Agreed. Suppressing emotions. Here's a raw and honest truth, ladies. Women who are deeply unhappy with their life often suppress their emotions. For sure that goes for everybody. Conclusion. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step towards understanding and addressing deep-seated unhappiness. As women, we need to be self-aware and honest with ourselves about our feelings. What do you think, Grace? The science of having a great conversation. Have it by yourself. New language changing the dating scene. Maybe I better figure this out, Grace. If you don't show up soon, I'm going to have to go on the dating apps. Which would be a horrible mistake. Dating apps in the 2020s have given a whole new dictionary of acronyms and phrases. Technology has progressed leaps and bounds since the turn of the millennium, redefining how young people communicate with friends and, more recently, how we date. I couldn't do that if my life depended on it, Grace. 9 traits highly skilled manipulators look for in their victims, according to psychology. Right, Grace, this one's for you. Just so you don't accidentally get manipulated by me. By Isabella Chase. As people, it's important that we know our worth, but we feel valued and treated. That we feel valued and treated with respect. Manipulation, blah blah blah. Vulnerability. You're vulnerable, Grace? Add that to the list of words I can't say. Vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't always about being weak or fragile. It can often simply mean being open, trusting, and emotionally available. Doesn't sound that bad. Low self-esteem. Self-esteem is a significant factor that manipulators. I can't say it. Can I be it, Grace? Often exploit. They are quick to identify people who may lack confidence or have a poor self-image. Independence. It may seem surprising, but manipulators often seek out those independent people, those who are self-reliant and capable, can present an appealing challenge to a manipulator. I don't think manipulators need a challenge, but loneliness. It's a grim reality, but manipulators often prey on loneliness. Those who are lonely or feel isolated are usually more susceptible to manipulation. Lonely people are often desperate for connection and companionship, which manipulators can sense and exploit. It's probably true. Kindness. There's a beautiful purity in those who are naturally kind-hearted and empathetic. They have a genuine desire to help others and often put others' needs before their own. That sounds again like a pretty good thing. Trust. Trust me, Grace? I would. I'd run all this through an AI, get a psychological profile done, send it to the police, and tell them that this guy's stalking you on the internet, or actually knowing who you are or your name, or anything else about you. Trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, be with friends, family, or partners. We all want to trust and be trusted in return. Don't know if I like my reading voice anymore, Grace. Seems fake as fuck. Good listener. Who doesn't appreciate a good listener? Someone who can lend an ear when we're down, or just when we want to share our day's happenings. While manipulators love them too, but for their own reasons. It's funny, it's a man manipulator, but they're mostly talking about men. There should be a woman manipulator, or a woman manipulator. Just saying, Grace. People who are good listeners are like gold to manipulators. They know that they are more likely to be patient, understanding, and less inclined to interrupt or question their narratives. Manipulator is the word of the day. Lack of boundaries. Let's get real. Setting boundaries isn't always easy. It can feel uncomfortable or even selfish. Silence. There's one thing to remember, it's this. Manipulators bank on your silence. They rely on you not voicing your concerns, not questioning their actions, and not standing up for yourself. Never did get a cough button, Grace. In case you care. I'm trying not to bump the mic too much today, though. I finally listened to a couple of these. Not the whole things, but a little bit. I noticed I bumped the bottom of the phone too much, so try my best, Grace. This is the best I can fucking do. Game-changing antibiotic. Discover that spares good bacteria. Looks like this is Women's Day, Grace. These are all about women. If a woman uses these 10 phrases, she's a master at setting boundaries. By Isabella Chase. Ever find yourself wishing people would stop taking you for granted? Ever find yourself wishing people would stop taking you for granted? Wishing you knew how to set boundaries? Well, we've got the right answer here. We're bringing you 10 simple phrases that you can turn into a boundary-setting superstar. Turn you into a boundary-setting superstar. It's a good thing there's microphones on stage, because if I had to yell, I don't think I could do it, Grace. It seems to be the extent of my volume, unless I'm pissed off. Well, we've got the answer right here. We're bringing you 10 simple phrases that you can turn into a boundary-setting superstar. These aren't complicated or fancy, just plain, straightforward phrases that help you express what you need without causing drama or feeling guilty. So are you ready to change your game? Let's jump right in and learn these life-changing phrases. 1. I need some time to think about it. How many times do you said yes to something only to regret it later? We've all been there. This simple phrase. I was riding outside yesterday, Grace. Almost at the same spot. I didn't notice that train once till I was done riding. Just saying, Grace. I can ignore shit when I need to. If that matters to you, if you give a shit. Remember, it's okay to take your time, your decisions, your rules. That doesn't work for me. Short, sweet, and to the point. This phrase is clear and direct way of saying no without giving away too many details. Yeah, it's kind of a bullshit answer, though. You're not making excuses or offering explanations. You're simply saying that something isn't suitable for you. And guess what? It's perfectly okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. After all, you don't owe anyone an explanation for setting your boundaries. Well, I think you owe your husband or wife, or partner, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, an explanation. Set your boundaries by all means, but that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Sorry, Grace, but if you don't know why, there's a problem. Number 3, I can't commit to this right now. Ever been in a situation where you're already juggling too many tasks and someone asks you to take on one more thing? I've been there. Okay, that one makes sense. Let's find a middle ground. Did you know the idea of finding a middle ground comes from the concept of compromise and negotiations? This phrase is perfect when you can't agree with someone but are willing to work towards a solution that suits both parties. It's a respectful and assertive way to set boundaries while maintaining a positive relationship. That's fine, I guess. Number 5, I value our relationship, but this is important to me. Some conversations are harder than others, especially when they involve people we deeply care about. I'm not comfortable with that. I remember a time when a friend asked me to lend her a significant amount of money. I felt uneasy about it, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So instead of making up an excuse, I said, I'm not comfortable with that. It was honest and direct. My friend understood where I was coming from, and our friendship remained strong. Isn't that great? No. Just no. Nothing more, nothing less. We often beat around the bush, trying to soften the blow, afraid of coming off as rude. But you know what? No is a complete sentence. It may be the hardest boundary to set, it's also the most straightforward and powerful one. You don't always need to justify, explain, or apologize for saying no. It's your right to decline something that you don't want to do, are not comfortable with, or simply don't have the capacity for. I think you need to say a little bit more than no, but that's just my opinion, Grace. This topic is off limits. Number 8. This topic is off limits. Ooh. Did you know that media interviews celebrities often have off-limit topics that journalists are instructed not to ask about? It's a form of boundary setting, and we can use it in our personal lives too. If this is a topic that makes you uncomfortable or that you simply don't want to discuss, it's okay to declare it's off limits. Bullshit. I wouldn't trust someone, Grace, that has off-limit topics. It means they're hiding something, in my opinion. Number 9. I deserve to be treated with respect. There was a time when I found myself in a situation where I was not being treated with respect I deserved, with the respect I deserved. It was difficult, but I knew that I had to stand up for myself. So I looked the person in the eye and I said, I deserve to be treated with respect. It was a game changer. The tone of our intentions changed after that. My needs. Number 10. My needs are just as important as yours. It's easy to put others' needs before your own, but it's crucial to remember that your needs matter too. You're not being selfish by stating this. Just simply acknowledging that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. I'm not sure about that one, Grace. I don't think that's a master. I think that's a bit of an avoider. If you're afraid to talk about any subject, it's a problem. There shouldn't be a single subject in the world that two people can't talk about. Might be embarrassing, but just saying, Grace. Consciousness results from 4 brain mechanisms. Prove it. Psychology today. I'll bet you $1 million you cannot prove that. Are the big 5 traits matter for couples? What are the big 5 traits, Grace? How the big 5 personality traits shape romantic success? What the big 5 traits matter for couples? Big 5 traits influence emotional experiences, expressions, and regulation affecting core relationships. Intimacy, stability, engagement, trust, and conflict underlie the big 5. Intimacy, stability, engagement, trust, and conflict underlie the big 5. Why does there have to be conflict? Self-understanding enhances emotional awareness, communication, and relationship satisfaction. The big 5 personality traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, oh for fuck's sake, agreeableness, and eroticism shape romantic relationships. Extroversion. What the fuck difference does that make? Grace. Oh, fucking psychology today. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You don't have a fucking clue. 9 moments in your life where you should never ignore your intuition, according to psychology. Alright, Grace. A little snotty this morning, Grace, but oh well. Till you get here, what can you expect? Nine moments in your life where you should never ignore your intuition, according to psychology. Alright, Eliza. I should just get paid by this site to read out their fucking stories, which probably all AI anyways. Intuition can be a tricky thing. It's that little voice in the back of your head, the gut feeling that someone isn't. Intuition can be a tricky thing. It's that little voice in the back of your head, the gut feeling that something isn't quite right, even the sense of excitement when an opportunity feels right. According to psychology, there are certain moments in life where you should never ignore your intuition. It's funny that psychology seems to be okay with intuition. Number one, when making a big decision. Number two, when you feel uncomfortable in a certain situation. Okay, let's do this over, Grace. I'm just going to do the title, so nothing else. Nine moments in your life where you should never ignore your intuition, according to psychology. Fuck psychology. When making a big decision. When you feel uncomfortable in a certain situation. When you meet someone new. When faced with a health concern. When it's time to leave. When something feels too good to be true. It's you, Grace. Too good to be true. Let's read that one. When grace feels too good to be true. We've all heard the saying, if grace seems too good to be true, she probably is. This is another moment where your intuition can save you from potential disappointment or harm. That would be nice, Grace. Imagine you're offered a job with an incredibly high salary, but something about the job offer doesn't sit right with you. It might be a scam. This has happened to me multiple times. It's amazing. Every one of these writers has had this experience, no matter what they write about. I'm not saying that they're liars. I'm just saying it's an incredible coincidence. Almost like this is a formula, Grace. Perhaps you've met someone who seems perfect in every way, yet there's a little voice inside telling you that things may not be as they seem. It's all about you, Grace. You're a scam. You're scamming me. Big old scammer. Grace the scammer. There are moments when it's crucial to listen to your intuition. It's that gentle whisper of caution that prevents you from jumping headfirst into situations that could lead you to regret down the line. Your intuition operates from a place of wisdom and experience. It takes into account the lessons you've learned, the values you hold dear, and the dreams you harbor in your heart, Grace. When you're drawn to something new, when you sense danger, when you need to trust yourself. Final thoughts. Trusting your inner compass. The mind can often be a mystery to us. Oh, I thought psychology knew everything about the fucking mind. Yet the power of our intuition is deeply ingrained in our subconscious and is continually guiding us, even when we're not consciously aware of it. Renowned psychologist Carl Jung once said, intuition does not denote something contrary to reason, but something outside the province of reason. Here's the quote of the day. This encapsulates the essence of intuition perfectly. It operates beyond the realms of logic and reason, providing insights and guidance that our conscious mind might overlook. The moments in life that call out for a heightened awareness of our intuition are varied and many. Whether it's making a big decision, encountering danger, or trusting ourselves, our intuition is there to guide us. After all, your intuition is part of you, and who knows you better than yourself? Hi, I'm Lachlan Brown. He's the founder of Hack Spirit. I want you to know that if you're struggling with feelings of anxiety, confusion, and frustration, it's okay. You see, I've been there too. In my new ebook, I guess Lachlan is the big cheese in Hack Spirit. Well, his site, he can take the criticism. He can't get off the fucking internet. Ooh. If someone displays these behaviors, they're quite simply an awesome person. Alright, Grace. If someone displays these 9 behaviors, they are quite simply an awesome person. By Justin Brown. Yay, Justin. Does Lachlan pay you for this? That's what I'd like to know. Being an awesome person isn't about aesthetic appeal or popularity. It's about the quality of one's character and actions. Awesome people are those who infuse life with empathy, creativity, and authenticity. They are not measured by their wealth or status, but by the strength of their values and their commitment to personal growth. It actually sounds pretty good. They are the ones who embrace challenges as opportunities for learning, who use their resources for good, and who understand that real empowerment comes from taking responsibility for their actions. These people radiate positivity, but not a superficial kind. It's a deep-seated positivity that stems from aligning their lives with the deepest values and from the courage to be true to themselves in every fucking situation. How can you tell if someone is truly an awesome person? Here are 9 behaviors to look for. Grace? They take responsibility for their actions. They embrace obstacles as opportunities for growth. Actually, restart this one, Grace. See if we can make this a short and do this in 60 seconds or less. If someone displays these 9 behaviors, they are quite simply an awesome person. Number 1, they take responsibility for their actions. Number 2, they embrace obstacles as opportunity for growth. Number 3, they value self-awareness and personal growth. Number 4, they align their financial decisions with their values. Number 5, they are dedicated to being a force for positive change. Number 6, they view themselves as part of a community. Number 7, they embrace failure as feedback. Number 8, they cultivate authentic relationships. Number 9, they live in alignment with their values. Last but not least, number 10, oh no, there was only 9, never mind. Embracing our awesome potential. I don't know if that's a minute or not, Grace. Well, I'm pretty sure you're an awesome person, Grace. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're a weird introvert. Two introverts. Let's see if a relationship can work between the two of us. What do you both want to? What to do when you both want to stay in all the time? Well, then I guess you just stay in all the time. End of story. Do whatever the fuck you want. A computer made out of human brains could solve the world's energy crisis. Here's a scientist. This is me, Grace. I lack class. People who lack class and emotional intelligence usually display these 10 traits without realizing it. People who lack class and emotional intelligence usually display these 10 traits without realizing it. Number 1, uncontrolled emotions. Number 2, lack of empathy. Number 3, poor listening skills. Ooh, that one flew by fast. Number 4, ignoring social cues. What are those? Number 5, being judgmental. Never. Number 6, lack of self-awareness. I'm pretty aware, Grace. Number 7, difficulty in handling criticism. By all means, criticize this, Grace, and I'll show you just how well I can handle it. Probably not very well, but oversharing? No, not at all. I don't overshare at all. I keep private. Inability to apologize. Lack of gratitude. Oh, you decide, Grace. How much more time we got going here? 30 minutes? It's normally about the time I want to quit. The profound personality changes that come with age. Wait, I didn't think there was no personality changes. Can't speak today, Grace. The profound personality changes that come with age. How social investments result in significant changes to who you are and how you see the world. By Sean Kernan. Me and my sister had a bar in Bermuda 20 years ago. I look like a total club bro, regrettably. My last interaction with Mike went poorly, to say the least. We'd been playing basketball in my high school gym. He kept tripping and following me in an egregious way. We were both 16. He was a disgruntled teenager, always causing trouble and bullying people. After one hard trip that sent him to the floor, I jumped up, got in his face and shouted, "Stop following me!" Here we go, Grace. This is what you need. If a man is truly loyal to you, he'll usually display these 10 subtle behaviors. Let's see how many of these I've displayed so far in all these fucking letters. Ready, Grace? If a man is truly loyal to you, he'll display these 10. How about this? If David is truly loyal to you, David will display these 10 subtle behaviors. David will have consistent communication. Every day, Grace. An hour a fucking day. Talk, 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 talk. Don't even want to. Yet I do it. Just for you, Grace. Just for you. You've already manipulated me into talking. Forgot what this is about. If a man is truly loyal to you, he'll usually display these 10 subtle behaviors. Alright. Well, this isn't so subtle. The consistent communication. Hour a day publicly on the internet. But it's definitely a good sign. At least you know, Grace, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I sure do miss you. Number 2, respectful of your space. I guess I am, Grace. Don't want to be, but I am. I'm waiting for you, so. He's your biggest cheerleader. Yeah. I guess I've posted a few things about how great you are. Even though it's making your ego huge. But you'll be able to stop showing off soon. He's honest, even when it's tough. I think, Grace, anyone who isn't honest in this world from here on out doesn't have a fucking hope. Because I, or someone like me, will write an app that will analyze everyone's voice and will tell people when people are lying. Or will tell people when others are lying. It'll happen, Grace. It probably already has. However, it's pretty tough right now, Grace, and I'm pretty fucking honest, so. He remembers the little things. Except for the name of this list, but other than that, I remember everything, Grace. When I need to. If I need to. If I want to. He prioritizes your happiness. Nah, that one I wouldn't do, Grace. I prioritize our happiness. And that's better. In my opinion. He stands up for you. Goddamn right I do, Grace. You're the best fucking thing that ever happened to me. Even though I have no fucking idea who you are. He's not afraid to apologize. Apologize for what? Keeps his promises? Sure. I promised to put up one of these once a day, and I have. For almost since the beginning of the year, but for at least 3 months. We're pretty close. Podcasts and I think 24 letters, so not that I promised you, Grace. I just thought I would show you some unconditional love. He shows you unconditional love. Above all, a truly loyal man loves you unconditionally. Loves you at your best and at your worst. Loves you in your moments of strength and in your moments of vulnerability. He doesn't love you based on conditions or expectations or beauty. His love for you is steadfast, unwavering, and enduring. This kind of love is the ultimate sign of loyalty. It shows that he's in it for the long haul, ready to face whatever life throws at you together. His unconditional love is a testament to his loyalty and commitment to you, Grace. Final thoughts. Loyalty runs deep. The essence of loyalty goes far beyond the surface. It's not just about being faithful or reliable. It's a profound emotional connection that blossoms from mutual respect, trust, and love. A loyal man with his subtle behaviors and gestures paints a bigger picture of commitment and dedication. From consistent communication to unconditional love, his behaviors are subtle yet powerful indicators of his loyalty to you. Remember, loyalty isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. Every person expresses it in their unique way, colored by their individual experiences and personalities. But at the heart of it all is the unwavering commitment to you, Grace, and to this fucking relationship. I probably should say fucking so much, but I like that word. It's better than cunt, so... As you navigate through your relationship, keep an eye out for these behaviors, and remember, loyalty is a two-way street. Just as you desire these qualities in your partner, strive to embody them too. Just like I said, Grace, an hour a day, we got to do this together. And then an hour a day alone. Grace? Because at the end of the day, a truly loyal relationship is one where both partners are committed to each other's happiness and growth, celebrating successes together and standing firm in the face of challenges. It's actually written fairly well. think, Grace, I might be a sarcastic son of a bitch, but teenagers skipping school and sleep to play video games as researchers warn of addictive designs. Well, no shit. Neuroreciprocal quantum batteries exhibit remarkable capabilities. Grace. 8 signs that you're a truly decent person according to psychology. Pretty sure we already did that one a day ago. Evolutionary mismatch might be why we struggle in today's world. How to break bad money habits and achieve your goals from a financial psychologist. Oh, so we have financial psychologists now? Okay. So, what the fuck is a financial psychologist? Another fucking bullshit fucking title. Anyway, so this is at least a little funny. Police say 2 Vancouver drug policy advocates charged with trafficking. People who are sweet and kind on the surface, but really self-absorbed underneath, usually display these 7 behaviors. Okay, Grace, just have to make sure this isn't you. Because if it is, I've got a problem. Because I don't need sweet and kind on the surface. By Marcel Deer. Who doesn't like avocados? Okay, interesting opener. These yellow-green fruits are soft, squishy, and creamy on the outside and taste delicious. But hidden under that tasty flesh is a big hard seed that sometimes take up most of the inside of the fruit. Well, there are people like this too. Be an avocado, Grace? They talk over others? You wouldn't do that, Grace. I know you. You may be loud, but you wouldn't talk over others. They turn conversation self-work. Yeah, it sounds like you. It's all about grace. Grace, 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 grace. They dominate choices. Not sure. They help when people are watching. Those are not good people. I don't believe that, Grace. I believe you help when people are not watching. I know that, Grace, because I've seen it live. On many occasions. I've watched you help people at the library very kindly. And I'm pretty sure you never throw them or anyone under the bus, including me. Grace, you do not suck energy. This is definitely not you, Grace. That I know. They hate. Don't believe that. See the look in your face. There's no hate in that face. Grace. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're a psychopath. AI systems are learning to lie and deceive scientists, fine. So they're turning human. Perfect. People who grew up without role models to look up to usually develop these 8 traits. People who are highly confident but not very self-aware often apply these 8 behaviors. Wow, this is just all hack spirit. The healing power of positive thinking, how optimism can transform health and well-being. Ten signs a man has a really beautiful soul, according to psychology. Even though I think psychology is bullshit, it seems to be a bit of a pattern. Great, Grace. Let's see if I have a really beautiful soul, according to psychology. Tina Fey is probably not even a trained psychologist. Who does she think she is? Unless she's right, then it's okay. There's a huge difference between outward beauty and inner beauty. The latter is often the one that really matters. A man with a beautiful soul is more than just a pleasant face. He's a person who radiates positivity, kindness, and empathy. Sounds an awful fuck a lot like me. As for psychology, there are telltale signs that give away such beautiful souls. And trust me, once you know these signs, you will be able to spot a man with a truly beautiful soul from a mile away. Let's get started. Empathy shines through. One of the most significant signs of a man with a beautiful soul is the display of empathy. Kindness comes naturally. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Mark Twain. That's pretty good, actually. Give some credit there. He's a good listener. Sorry, I just heard something and I had to listen. Psychology studies suggest that good listening skills are linked to higher levels of empathy and emotional intelligence. A man with a beautiful soul is not just a talker, he's also a listener. He doesn't just hear, he listens to your words, your silence, your expressions. He pays attention to details and remembers what you say. This quality indicates a deep level of respect and interest in others' traits, indicative of a beautiful soul, or he's just pretending to. Somehow, Grace, I think all this talking in the morning like this clears my sinuses, so I start sneezing. Plus, I'm outside, fresh air. He is genuine and authentic. Pretty sure I'm both of those, Grace. Full of shit too, but that's okay. There's nothing more soothing than encountering a person who is genuinely authentic. A man with a beautiful soul doesn't hide behind masks or pretenses. Why should he? He respects everyone. Respect is universal. A man with a beautiful soul understands this and respects everyone, regardless of their status, race, or beliefs. This one's bullshit, Grace. You should never, ever automatically respect anyone for any reason, position, title, name, anything. Respect people who deserve it. And call out cunts and assholes who don't. Got a filthy mouth today, Grace. It's not on this list. He values relationships, not foul language. Fuck that. Words are words. Besides, you can get way more emotion in the word like fuck than any other word. If you can't hear that, you're deaf, Grace. It's funny how many times someone drives down this alley and realizes it's an alley, not a road. I don't seem to figure it out until the end. He values relationships. What's a weird relationship, Grace? I'm going to call it. I'd call it what? Some strange connection. He values strange connections. He's not afraid of his emotions, obviously. I remember a time when I'm going through a rough patch. A friend of mine, who's always the epitome of strength, sat down with me. He didn't just offer words of advice. He also opened up with his own struggles and fears. Yeah, well, that's kind of how you have a communication. Open up, and then they'll open up, and then you open up, and then they'll open side. 8. He's comfortable with solitude. No fucking shit. No, actually, I'm not. I'm done with this fucking solitude, Grace. Get your ass over here. Well, it may seem unusual. A man with a beautiful soul often enjoys his own company. He understands the value of solitude, the self-reflection it brings. He's not always in the middle of a crowd or seeking constant company. Instead, he cherishes moments of silence, using them to recharge, reflect, and grow. If you know a man who appreciates solitude, not loneliness, but as a nurturing silence, you are likely seeing another sign of a beautiful soul. I guarantee you, that there's not too many people out there searching for a man who appreciates solitude. He has a sense of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's an attitude, a way of seeing life. A man with a beautiful soul understands this. What do you think, Grace? He spreads positivity. I think these lists are pretty positive. Actually, I don't. I think they're full of shit, most of them, but just lying now, Grace. Make myself look good for you. Most telling sign of a man with a beautiful soul is the positivity he brings into the world. It's like a ray of sunshine, brightening up the lives of those around him. Sounds like me, Grace. Final thoughts. The beauty within. All at the core of it all. The beauty of a soul is a reflection of one's inner self. Psychologist Carl Rogers, here's today's quote, or this article's quote. Psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "The only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and change. A man with a beautiful soul is constantly evolving, learning from his experiences and striving to be the best version of himself." All right, Grace. He's no wannabe. Sackville student takes home science fair gold with music and memory study. Yeah, we're almost done, Grace. So, those lists seem to work pretty well for killing an hour. Let's see what other shit we have going on today. Experts propose horrifying theory that long-lost adventurer Amelia Earhart was eaten by world's largest turtle. Crabs. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Let's see how they come to this. I swear that's a joke, but who knows? I think we're done, Grace. Unless... yeah, I think that's it.